Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of State of Survival with StickyFang Gaming. And for today, we're going to talk about the three new heroes that just were released that you can exchange today, depending on your state, for Zach, Ernie, and Jared. They're three brand new heroes, and we'll talk a little bit more about them here in just a second. We're also going to talk about Kammute Town, the anniversary event that's been going on for like a week or so now, and it ends today. So it'll probably be like 6 hours left in the event by the time I upload this video, and we need to all come together if we want to beat this thing and win. So stay tuned for that. And then lastly, we're going to come out with some last minute breaking news from the game developers themselves that really affects everyone. And this may be a good thing for you. This may be a bad thing for you, but we'll talk about it here at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's get started. So these Generation 5 heroes are hot off the press. We just got them, and I'm going to just go ahead and go over them with you today. So Tyler Kurtz is a Hunter, Patrol, and Rally hero. I'm not going to go over the Explorer facts because that's only for events. So going into military, which you'll be using a lot more often, Hunter attack and defense for this guy is 390%, crazy stats. Settlement troop health is 63%, Rally troop attack is 21%, and then Hunter health and lethality is 134 and then 149, and that's based off your gear. Now going into Brooke, who we actually went and beta tested. She is infantry attack and defense at 324, enemy settlement troop lethality at -25, rally troop lethality at 17, and then infantry health and lethality is at 134 and 149. And then for her actual buffs, like what is she good for? She's infantry, siege, and rally. And again, we talked about her a little bit at beta. Going into the third and the newest one, Julia Garcia. She is a rider. She's 390% rider attack and defense. Enemy settlement troop attack -31%. Settlement troop lethality 63%. And then rider health and lethality is at 98 and 137. But that's because my rider gear is not fully completed, so that's why that's like that. So with these three heroes, also really for Julia Garcia, she's also a rider, siege, and patrol. Now with these heroes, the only way to get them is to exchange them with the season 4 heroes, or the generation 4 heroes. So these guys are generation 5. Only one of them showed up in beta, and I guess what happened was the developers kind of figured that people weren't really caring too much about the Generation 4 heroes because the stats were the same as the Generation 3. And the only thing that was different between the Generation 3 and 4 were the abilities, the skills, which I'm showing you here on the screen right now. So what the developers did was they released Generation 5 heroes a lot sooner than they would usually, and they gave us about 100% stat buff, but also gave us those really good skills that we saw for Generation 4. So we basically got a love child between Generation 3 and 4, and that turned into Generation 5. And I think this is a good thing because Generation 4 was cool, but not getting that stat buff was kind of like, well, I didn't even max out my Generation 4 heroes. Like, as you saw, my rider is still not maxed out. They're not level 80s because I didn't care as much. But now that I have Generation 5 that I can exchange for it, now I'll probably end up maxing them out because they're a lot more useful to me with that stat buff that other people may not have, you know? So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I'm excited for it. And now people are going to be able to push those stats to what I think about 700%, 800% now, which is really awesome to see the top end stats continuing to increase because at one point some people were weaker than you, but you weren't able to beat them in fights because the stats were so close. And that can be frustrating for rally leaders and whatnot, not being able to knock someone out that you know for sure that you should be beating. So I think it's a good idea. Leave a comment below if you think this was a good idea for them to push them out so quickly and so surprisingly, or if you think they should have held off for a little bit longer. Now, moving on. Kammute Town, the anniversary event that the developers pushed out. Basically, if you've been living under a rock for the last week, which I kind of have been, you will know all about this event. So Long story short, we have all been working together, about a million or so players, to beat a bunch of different infected, to beat the facilities, to beat the bosses, so we can face off against the giant boss that you saw a second ago in this event for the 1 year anniversary. As of this recording, it was about 8 hours when I first started this video, and now it's probably about 6 hours left in this event. And we're very close to beating one of the last bosses to fight the big boss. What I'm asking everyone who is watching these videos is to get with the players in your state and tell them to stop wasting their time. Look at all this extra space that we've been hitting. Stop wasting your time hitting these extra spots for rewards or for points, and let's work together. Look, this guy is very close to being beaten. Let's work together and see there's people still hitting plots that we don't need. Like, that's unnecessary. Let's work together as an entire game community to beat this big guy. That's the goal of the event. We only have a couple hours left to do it, and I think that we can do it, but we have to do this together. So that's what I want to talk about with Kammute Town. Overall, I think it's a pretty okay event. There could be some things that have been done better, but it's the first anniversary event, and I think the developers did a pretty decent job at doing something fun yet light. And some other things start today, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, for the last little bit of news for the day, which I know you guys are all excited to see what I have to say, it's actually coming straight from the developer team through Discord. They're helpers. And this is what they posted this morning, and I saw it when I first woke up, and I'll just go ahead and read it for you. The state warfare schedule at September 28th has been delayed to October 12th since we have a wave of anniversary events coming in September. Also, we identify a description issue regarding the anniversary top-up event. Players should get the March skin, but not the decoration. So, talking about the second one really quick, I think basically in the description, it was saying that you'd get the HQ decoration and the March skin, but in reality, you'd only get the March skin, which is okay because the March skin looks pretty awesome. HQ skin is pretty cool too, but I think the March skin looks really great. And that's how those top-up events have always been. It has always been straight up March skin, so that's all. It's just a verbiage issue. So that's a pretty easy announcement and fix that they're going to make. Now, let's talk about this first one. The state warfare has been delayed. And I can understand this, and I can see this being a good thing and a bad thing. So the reasoning that they did it is because they said that there are so many events happening because of the first year anniversary, and that's true. If you look at it, in the event center right now, you have a ton of events planned right now. You have the normal ones like Alliance Showdown, Fortress Fight is about to start, XYZ. And then you have the anniversary events that's about to happen. So to place the state versus state on top of all of that would just like be insane. People would try to be doing state warfare, trying to get the top rankings for that, while also trying to get the top rankings for the anniversary event, while still trying to do the normal weekly events like Fortress Fight, Infected Horde, Alliance Throwdown, Alliance Showdown. It would just be insane. So I can completely understand them delaying this. And it gives those states who like go all out every time they do state versus state, it gives them time to kind of stockpile more speed ups and resources and continue to get ready. The disadvantage for this would be this is another 2 weeks of just internal fighting. If you are in a state like myself where we are basically one cohesive unit and we don't do a whole lot of internal fighting, that could be kind of, boring because we don't have people to fight on a daily basis. Now, if you're in a state like, let's say, State 100, who have tons of players and tons of people that they can go against, and they have that active competition every day, this isn't so bad for you. But for us older states, this kind of sucks, but I can completely understand the direction the developers are trying to go with this. Now, I also hypothesize that this may be due because of something that they're trying to release later on. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. And this is just straight up a theory of StickyFang Gaming. And they could drop State versus State again on October 12th and have absolutely nothing coming out with it. And that's okay. But I think that they may be planning something. Possibly not, because they did just release new heroes, new HQ skins, a bunch of new features. But it would just seem plausible to me. I think that might happen. Hopefully it's not anything crazy, nothing that we would be like, wow, like, can you give us a break? We just got all this stuff we need to catch up on. Hopefully it'd be something like a new event or something fun, something that will be great for free-to-play players, mid spenders, or whales. Now, one last thing I want to go over before the end of this video is there is this rumor going around that state merges are coming, and I'm here to kind of squash that. Here's the picture of what people are saying is coming. This was a concept picture that was floating around a Russian and French State of Survival Discord, where three of the older states, possibly, so states 1, 2, 3, would come together to form a new state with all those top alliances and all those top players and whatnot being pushed in, or really all the players and stuff being pushed into this new state, and basically just revamping it so all those old players are coming together to kind of consolidate the numbers. I'm here to debunk this. This is not real. This is not true. This would be awesome if this was an actual thing, but it is not. As far as I know, because we did push it up to the developer team, and they were just like, yeah, no, that's not real. But yeah, if you are seeing this, if this is floating around and you saw it and you're kind of get excited for state migrations or state merges, I'm sorry to squash this, but it's probably not going to happen for a little bit longer. I would love it to happen in State 11 because we do need more players, and it will make the game a little bit more fresh and fun for us. But we are very patient. We'll wait and see what they come out in the future. I'm sure it'll be something great. So that is all the news I have for you today. That's everything that I had on my plate to talk about. Because State versus State is delayed, I'm going to go ahead and push out that State versus State video. I know I keep saying I'm going to do it. I'm really going to try to do it this weekend so you guys can see what happened our last State versus State. And then I'll still have a water raid video for you guys as well. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, this has been another episode of State of Survival with StickyFang Gaming. Like, share, and subscribe for more content coming very soon.